Well, guys, here I am. I'm here. I'm finally doing a review on the Simpsons movie. I've been wanting to review on this movie for so long, and I'm finally here reviewing it. Now let's just get to this. I'm here reviewing the Simpsons movie. Came out in the year of 2007, the same year as Ratatouille, Shrek the Third, Surf's Up, Meet the Robinsons, B-Movie, etc. Let's get to the plot. So basically what the plot is, it takes place after season 18's left off. The Simpsons are living their normal lives, and they go to church, and Abe, Homer's dad, thinks what's gonna happen, and he goes crazy, and then everybody's is disgracing the environment, and Lisa is not happy about it. So she decides to build a thing over it, but Homer doesn't listen and destroys the environment, and everyone in Springfield starts hating him. And him and his family go wanted, and a guy called Ross Cargill puts Springfield into a dome and plans to destroy it, and Homer tries to try and save Springfield, and that's basically what the plot is. Now, guys, I remember watching this movie a lot when I was a kid. I used to watch this movie a lot when I was a kid. I had this movie on DVD years ago when I was a kid, but sadly that copy didn't work anymore. So yeah, so last year for Christmas I got a new copy, which yeah. So yeah, and I did watch this movie on film 4 years ago, which that was a lot of fun. I also watched this on Channel 4 as well, which yeah. Not just that, I actually rewatched this movie in my school the other week. That's right, I rewatched this movie in my school the other week. And I also watched this movie in my school back in 2 years ago, which was pretty cool. Yeah. And yeah. So let's get to this. So the animation, it's awesome. I love the animation. The animation in this movie is amazing. The climax is awesome. I love the climax, and the characters are great. Homer is once again a great character. Marge is a great character. Bart's my favorite character still. Lisa's a great character. Maggie's funny. The other characters that we all know and love are in this. Which, yeah. So, yeah. And there is one character I despise with a burning passion. And that's none other than Ross Cargill. Oh my goodness! He is the worst character in this movie. Seriously, he's one of the worst Fox villains I've ever seen ever. He is even worse than the Grover Fish shoulder from the Bob's Burgers movie, even though this movie came out before Bob's Burgers. Which, yeah. Ross Cargill, honestly, the bit where Maggie throws a rock on his head, honestly, he deserves it for trying to destroy Springfield and kill Homer. He's literally a terrible character. I despise him with a burning passion. I even announced in my school that I despise his character. Which, yeah, there are other better Simpsons films out there, like Sideshow Bob, even though he wasn't really in this movie. But he was in the deleted scene, which, yeah, and that scene was non-canon because Sideshow Bob was in Europe during that time, which, yeah. There's other better villains as well, like Sideshow Bob's Fat Tony, and Mr. Burns, etc. Oh, and the bit where Pooh and all asks Mr. Burns for some electricity, and then gets chased by the dogs, and then they try and find an exit, and Mr. Burns says, "The exit is on the right," and Mr. Apu says, "Thank you," and then they all go, "Ah!" Yeah, that scene was funny. Yeah, I actually love that scene. But the best scene in this movie is, you all know what? I'll give you 10 seconds to guess. Starting now. time's up. The answer is the boss skipped skateboard in the city naked. That was funny. And the bit where he goes in the bush, yeah, it literally shows his balls. I'm not even joking. It actually shows his private part. Seriously, it's like I laughed so hard at that scene. I couldn't even stop laughing at it. Like it was dead funny. Yeah, and I love the scene where he gets a crusty burger and Ned says this. Now you see, boys, we thank the Lord with his magical penis, magical penis. Amen. That scene was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing at that scene. That scene was so funny. I love that scene so much. Which, yeah. And the song, and there was a song in this movie that goes, Close to You. Which, yeah, that song's a classic. I actually enjoy that song. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Back to the scene. So, yeah. So, the scene Close to You, yeah, that's a great song. It was also an open season 2, but this movie did a lot better. So, yeah, hang on, guys. Sorry about that. Back to the scene. So, yeah. And the scene where he meets the pig, yeah, that was a funny scene. I enjoyed that scene. And I'm going to be totally honest, this movie felt like a finale to The Simpsons. That's right, this movie felt like a finale to The Simpsons. And if it was the finale to The Simpsons, then this would have been a perfect end. It really would. Which, yeah. So, yeah. And it kind of sucks that Marge Flanders wasn't in this movie, even though she got killed off before this movie came out. But it was at least they could have at least like mentioned her or put her in like a picture or something like that. That would have been nice. And the scenes where Bart started to lose interest in Homer because Homer didn't really care about, wasn't really talking to him that much anymore. Yeah, that scene was kind of those moments were kind of depressing. Honestly, those were very sad moments. So yeah, and I love the scene where Moe is in the bar and the teens turn off and then the guys leave and they say, all right, and the booze are gone and be like, I'm gonna turn this back off and when the lights go back on, and he better go, the booze better be back. So then he turns it off, turns it on, and everything's got stuck and he's in his underwear and say, great. Yeah, that scene was funny. I couldn't stop laughing. Heck, even my dad actually loved that scene. He thought that scene was funny. But yeah. So anyway, I know there are some YouTubers that love this movie, like Lambrox Strikes Back loves this movie. My Puff Fanboy absolutely loves this movie. I think Jeremy likes this movie, I don't know. But yeah. This is a movie I recommend a lot of people to see. If you all love The Simpsons, which we all should. I mean, I'm not bashing people's opinions, but we all love The Simpsons. Like, come on. Like, who doesn't love The Simpsons? Like, The Simpsons is a classic. If you all love The Simpsons, watch the movie. It was funny. You all love this. And there was one scene where Martin actually stood up to Jimbo and all, which, yeah, that scene was actually funny. Yeah, and there was that scene where Bart says to Lisa, Lisa's got a boyfriend that she'll never see again. Yeah, that scene was funny, but Bart was right. Where did Colin go? Like, after this movie, Colin just, like, vanished. Like, he literally just vanished. Like, he was not in The Simpsons, like, at all. It's been years since we've seen Colin. Who knows? Maybe they might bring him back in season 36. And if they do a season 37, which I hope they will. If The Simpsons ever do a season 37, which I fingers crossed they will, they should bring back Colin. And yeah, and they should bring back that old lady, even though they brought her back in the one of the newer episodes. Sorry, I'm getting lightheaded. Back to that. Yeah, if they bring that old lady back in the old new episode, that'd be great. She did bring her back in one of the episodes from season 23, I think. Which yeah, that old lady was kind of funny. The bit where she just shaved the boots going and showed up Homer which way. Yeah, that was funny. And the scene where Homer said, Lisa, stop that racket. Lisa! Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Although there were some characters that didn't really get much screen time in this, like Miss Krabappel didn't really have much screen time in this. Lenny and Carol Moore didn't really have much screen time in this. Flanders kind of did. Mr. Burns didn't really have much. Mr. Burns and Smithers hardly had any screen time in this. Didn't really have much screen time to this, which yeah. And yeah, to us, yeah, Dr. Hibbert didn't really have much screen time in this either. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Doctor, you know the character Dr. Nick? In the movie, he gets crushed by a giant glass, but in the newer episodes, he's still there. How has he survived that? He died after that crash. How did he come back? Did he have like a Kenny thing or something where Kenny dies and he comes back to life? Seriously? This is just so confusing. Like, it's dead confusing. I know, guys. But yeah, Dr. Nick is a great character, just like you know. Yeah. And yes, and guys, honestly, sorry guys. Honestly, I don't know if Julio appeared in this. Although I did rewatch this movie the other week, but I didn't really pay attention to the characters that are in the background. Like I was listening, like the bit where Lenny was telling Homer they were giving away free donuts. I didn't really pay attention to that scene, like the background characters and that, like the characters that were in the background. Yeah. Oh, that Bumblebee character, yeah, he's a great character. I like him. Yeah. So Julio, I honestly don't know if he appeared in this. He might have appeared in the Simpsons movie. We don't know. But whenever I rewatch this movie again, which I will do an opening and closing logo to the Simpsons movie pretty soon. So Jeremy, if you're watching this review, I will do an opening and closing logo to this. So do not worry. Oh, and I also love the bit where in the opening scene where Ralph does this. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, and Itchy Scratchy were great in this. And Krusty didn't really have much screen time in this either, but yeah. Although I know it's mainly about the Simpsons, obviously, but like other characters like have screen time. Like in the Bob's Burgers movie, Jimmy Jr., Seek, Tammy, Jocelyn, Andy, and Ollie didn't have much screen time in the movie, which yeah. Well, and regular size Rudy as well, which yeah, a lot of characters don't really get much screen time. Side characters don't really get much screen time in the TV movies, which yeah. Like Remy didn't really have much screen time in Big City Greens, the movie Space Kitchen, which yeah. And yeah, South Park, Big Along and Uncut, some characters got screen time. Like Jimbo and Ned didn't really have much screen time. And Ned, yeah, Jimbo did have screen time. Yeah, Ned, Jimbo's best friend, he didn't really have much screen time in South Park, Big Along and Uncut, but that's okay. Which yeah. So yeah, Simpsons movie. Overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's a brilliant masterpiece. I love this movie very much. It's up there with the Bob's Burgers movie and South Park Big Along and Uncut as one of the best animated adult movies of all time. Which yeah. And they are doing a Family Guy movie very soon, which I can't wait for that. Family Guy movie, here I come. I hope to do a Rick and Morty movie. Who knows, guys? Who knows? So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this review. I'm so happy to review on this movie after so long. My next review might be a surprise. We don't know. It won't be a surprise really because the Barney and Friends review was a one-time exception surprise. But yeah, I don't know what my next review will be. But yeah, there are some things I'm planning to review, and some you'll be very surprised off, and I'll explain it in them reviews. Which yeah. Sorry, it's just fixing something. So yeah, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's a brilliant masterpiece. I love this movie very much. And the scene where Homer, like, yeah, and literally, like, Phineas, yeah, that was funny. And when Homer and Marge got back together, that was very emotional. So yeah. And this movie surprisingly got loved, which I'm glad about that. Which yeah. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I said give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing, great masterpiece. I love this movie very much. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm happy to review on Matt Groening's creations, The Simpsons and Futurama. Now as for Enchantment, honestly, this is gonna shock you guys. I've never watched an episode of Enchantment. Or Disenchantment, whatever it's called. The one on Netflix, the Netflix original series by Matt Groening. Shock you. That's why I'm never watching an episode of that. I might soon, we don't know. But yeah. So yeah, thank you all for watching and goodbye.